Welcome to the Investing Podcast, presented by Tusk Media. For a quick audio and video check-in on the stock market, here's the Stock Market Power Lunch.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Investing Podcast. This is your Stock Market Power Lunch, and this is actually a special construction edition of the Stock Market Power Lunch. We have some construction going on next door, and if you hear any hammering or walls falling down, I just ask that you bear with me. There it is right now. I don't know if you can hear it. It's pretty loud. I'm going to do my best to ignore it. I ask you guys to do the same, but let's go ahead and jump right into the markets. The Dow is down thus far 36 basis points, the S&P is down 25, and the NASDAQ is down 18 basis points. In terms of the global Dow, that's actually up about 0.1% with gold. Gold is up about 1% as well. Oil, however, today dropped about 1.5%, but the big headline for today is coming out of the Anthem Cigna merger. Anthem came out today and said that it's going to challenge the Department of Justice lawsuit that was filed against this merger, and they did so because they don't want 3 healthcare providers for U.S. citizens. This merger would be huge. They're both enormous companies, and this lawsuit was basically filed out of antitrust concerns. So we're going to keep an eye on not only the lawsuit and the reaction, but also how the market values this, and we'll be sure to keep you guys updated. As for the movers today, eBay today was up about 12%, and this came after they published their strong Q2 results. And I read a couple articles today that said they also got a slight bump in their United Kingdom business. Many are saying that this bump basically came from the currency swings that was directly affected by Brexit, and that's a factor that's really still playing out. According to Market Watch. So we're going to keep an eye and see how much eBay moves, especially at the end of the day. A big loser today was actually Southwest Airlines. They had a pretty big tech outage that really directly affected various technology systems that they own and has even grounded some of their jets. So they have really taken a tumble today. They're down almost 10%, and that's really the biggest loser thus far for today. Speaking of market updates, be sure to check in this afternoon for our special live Periscope edition of the Investing Happy Hour. We'll be beginning our broadcast at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to check our Twitter at Tusk Media LLC for that link to the Periscope. We'll tweet that, we'll pin it. It'll be right there when you go to our Twitter profile. Click on that. Make sure you have Periscope downloaded. You can't watch it unless you have the Periscope app downloaded. So be sure to download that and check us out. We always have a great time. Andrew so far has a streak of not messing up. We've never had to redo a Investing Happy Hour edition on Periscope, but I, for one, unfortunately, sorry Andrew, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm hoping we mix it up a little bit so you guys can see how easily he can just turn things around and crank out a great second podcast following any type of mistake that might come from him or someone in the audience. A lot of times we make him laugh. I've done that a couple times, and it's pretty funny to see. So be sure to check in for that. Like I said, 4:15 this afternoon Eastern Time. We'll be tweeting that link out, and keep an eye out for it, and we will see you guys then.
Tusk Media is a subsidiary of Narwhal Capital Management. Ratings and reviews of Tusk Media content are not to be construed as endorsements of opinions, analysis, or services offered by Tusk or its parent company. The opinions and predictions shared here are our professional beliefs at the time of publication. We are not under duress from any of the corporate entities mentioned. This is not a solicitation to take any particular action. Although we are investment advisors, this information should not be considered investment, legal, or tax advice. We strive to be as impartial, insightful, and accurate as possible. We base our opinions, analysis, and calculations on information we believe to be reliable, but we cannot guarantee its accuracy. We can, however, guarantee that our opinions will sometimes be flat out wrong due to a variety of factors. Employees and clients of Narwhal Capital Management may or may not hold positions in the securities detailed and may or may not hold these positions in the future. A full list of all securities purchased, sold, or held during the 12 months preceding the date of this publication can be provided upon request. Unless otherwise noted, all data accessed via MarketWatch or the Bloomberg terminal. Past performance does not guarantee future results. A copy of Narwhal's Form ADV is available at the SEC's website, www.advisorinfo.sec.gov, or from Narwhal upon written request.